events that we hold for the congregation to have fun and for you to invite like-minded people to join us. So first, a message from Reverend Danny. Reverend Danny has tickets that are at low or no cost that you can access if $30 is outside your budget, because we want everyone to be able to come to the Boreal concert who wants to come. Please email or leave a phone message for Reverend Danny, and your name will be on a list as a paid ticket. In fact, there'll be a number of people because people have bought tickets in different ways, and the tickets will be listed alphabetically by your first name when you come in. So unless you have an Eventbrite ticket, you should go to that table. This concert and the festival in June are opportunities to introduce like-minded community members to our faith, what we stand for, and what we do. Think about who you could bring or who you could encourage to buy a ticket. And finally, the concert team, Norm Ahers, Jan Wallace, and I, still need a few people to help with the odd volunteer thing if you're coming to the concert. You can see me outside, both to buy tickets and to find out if you'd like to be in charge of the table signing up for the special draws, or of course, we always need people to stay at the end to help clean up. So thank you so much for listening, and as I say, I didn't want to interrupt the service, so I wanted to do this beforehand. Thank you.
Good morning. Welcome to the First Unitarian Church of Hamilton. We welcome you here in the sanctuary and those of who are opted to join us online. Please ensure your phones and electronic devices are in worship mode, but you can use your phones to access our hearing system if you have T-coil. My name is Susan Johnston. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm the service leader this morning. And before we start, I would like to thank all those who have helped create this service. The housing team, part of our social justice umbrella, have invited today's guests from Acorn and helped with the theme to commemorate the National Housing Day. And after the service, they have provided some refreshments for those who want to stay and have some more talk with our people from Acorn. Our music is provided by Rachel Derry, Cindy Carey, and members of our choir. The tech team today is Josh McIntyre and John Elliott. John Carey, sorry. Whatever. Our ushers, Agnes Cunningham and Kira. And our worship assistants, Anne Craig Howarth and Ian Johnston. Whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are on your journey of faith or search for meaning, today you are one of us. You are welcome in this house of worship. Our mission is to nurture one another, serve the community, and inspire action to heal the world. Now please settle into the seat for this morning's prelude from the choir.
Many windows, one light. You can join me. Many waters, one sea. All lifted hearts are free. Many windows, one light, many waters, one sea, all lifted hearts are free.
In the Talmud of the Jewish tradition, the sage Hillel said, "What is hateful to you, do not do to others. This is the whole of the law. All the rest is commentary."
In the Hindu legend of the Mahabharata, the divine Krishna declared, "This is the sun."
There is just a beautiful lot of cable. Pass it through, please.
Oh, it's plugged in.
Yeah, there we go.
We're wired now.
It worked perfectly well before the service, just so.
Just take it from their talking.
We are going to start at
Just take their talking.
Wait,
C. Why don't you take it from C? Yeah, where they're talking.
In the Talmud of the Jewish tradition, the sage Hillel said, "What is hateful to you, do not do to others. This is the whole of the law. All of the rest is commentary."
In the Hindu legend of the Mahabharata, the divine Krishna declared, "This is the sum of duty. Do nothing unto others which would cause you pain if done to you. It is written, it is taught, may it be so."
Many windows, one light, many waters, one sea, all lifted hearts are free.
In the Gospel of Matthew, in the Christian scriptures, the Messiah Jesus says, "Whatever you wish that others would do to you, do so to them."
In the Buddhist text of the Udanavarga, the student is urged, "Hurt not others in ways that you yourself would find hurtful. It is written, it is taught, may it be so."
Many windows, one light, many waters, one sea, all lifted hearts are free.
In the Muslim hadith of Al-Nawawi, the Prophet Muhammad teaches, "No one of you is a believer until he desires for his brother that which he desires for himself."
In the Tai Shang treatise of Taoism, the seeker is instructed, "Regard your neighbor's gain as your gain, and your neighbor's loss as your own loss. It is written, it is taught, may it be so. Many windows, one light, many waters, one sea, all lifted hearts are free. In the ancient wisdom of Shinto, there is a saying, the heart of the person before you is a mirror. See there your own form. The Oglala Lakota spiritual leader, Black Elk, wrote, all things are our relatives. What we do to everything, we do to ourselves. It is written, it is taught, may it be so. Many windows, one light, many waters, one sea, all lifted hearts are free.
Thank you. We are not the first people on this land, nor will we be the last. And we acknowledge our connection to the web of all existence, honoring the past and preparing for the future. We live upon traditional territories of Erie, Neutral, Huron-Wendat, Haudenosaunee, and Mississaugas. The stewardship of the original people who lived here preserved this place for our generations. So we seek to be respectful stewards of this place for those who follow. A few words by Albert Schweitzer. At times, our own light goes out, and it is rekindled by a spark from another person. Each of us has cause to think with deep gratitude of those who lit our flame within us. To acknowledge this, we'll light our chalice this morning. Please join me in our chalice lighting words. May this flame be our light of friendship and love. May we be reminded here of our highest aspirations and inspired to bring our gifts of love and service to humanity. May we know once again that we are not isolated beings, but connected to the universe, to this community, and to each other. Our first hymn is 121 in the green hymnal. I'll now invite Jenny to come and tell us our story for all ages.
Good morning. My name is Jenny. I run the kids program here at the church. I have a story for you guys, but I also want to prime the pump by telling you that December 14 is the Eva Rothwell donations, where we're going to be looking for mittens and scarves and hats for adults and children. So next week there should be some more information about that. So look forward to that. But if you have anything, then we would appreciate it. And our story for today is called Home by Tanya Lippert and illustrated by Andrea Stegmeyer. Oh, I have the control, don't I? When they were little, Claire and Wes had the brown house. They called it home. Stairs led to treasures. Tables made good hiding places. Claire tied flowers into wreaths so that it would be more beautiful. And Wes drew pictures for the walls. They planned adventures for today and tomorrow. When they were a little bigger, Wes and Claire had a big change with big words. Goodbye, Brown House, with nowhere of their own to arrive. Nowhere is a confusing place for a visit from friends. Claire tried to make nowhere beautiful to her. But nowhere kept changing, so Claire stopped trying, and Wes ripped up his pictures. After nowhere, somewhere came, a place to stop and wait. Somewhere was better than nowhere or anywhere. Claire and Wes still planned adventures for today and tomorrow. Wes and Claire imagined their names first on a list. Leaves changed colors. Claire and Wes followed their swirling and twisting to school. Claire played make-believe games with her friends, and Wes raced with his. Both kept the shelter a secret at first. Claire worried her friends would worry. Wes worried his friends would still forget that even though he had no house, he was still Wes. When the nights were lines and strangers. Claire and Wes found comfort where things made sense and where the answers were easy. Even when kids asked about things that made no sense and the answers were hard. How come you live there? Are you poor? Do your mom and dad work? The questions kept Wes and Claire from pretending nothing was lost and helped them remember what would always be with them wherever they were. When they moved into the blue house, Claire and Wes learned that some things never go away. And that what you can count on most is love and each other. Soon, when the time of big change seemed long ago, Wes and Claire danced inside a house, strong, warm, and bright. Claire tied flowers into wreaths. Wes drew pictures for the walls. They planned adventures for today and tomorrow. But they never forgot what it was like to be nowhere, somewhere, or anywhere. I haven't given any notice to you, Rachel, but I'm wondering if we can sing the kids out. Of course. Yeah, thank you.
If you know it, join me. If not, it's pretty easy to learn. As you go, may joy surround you. As you go, go in peace. Know our love is with you always. As you go, as you go.
Our offering is a reminder of the spirit of generosity that is at the heart of our religious community. When we share our financial resources, we ensure the continued existence of this church. So we will listen to our song singing, "Choose to Bless the World," while we have our offering this morning.
Light
the wounds, work for justice. This world of a broken world, beauty and grace, an embrace of kindness. Those who bless the world and those who love the world, this beauty and this rage are drawn to each other, a heritage passed on, a heritage passed on.
Thank you. That was wonderful. Thank you. We come now. Wait a minute. I've missed a page. As usual, I've done it again. Thank you. Okay. Words by W.E.B. Du Bois. Now is the accepted time. Not tomorrow, not some more convenient season. It is today that our best work can be done. It is today that we fit ourselves for greater usefulness for tomorrow. Today is the seed time. Now are the hours of work, and tomorrow comes the harvest and the playtime. I invite you to relax. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. Take a few deep breaths. And after a moment, there will be some music. During that music, you are welcome to come up and light a candle for joys, concerns, or gratitudes you might have in your life. come now to the time in the service where we affirm the ways that we are connected to life. And as we live into the truth that affects one of us, affects all of us. We have a sorrow today from Robin Smart. My beloved cat Emma died on Monday afternoon after a lifelong of health struggles and a short but serious illness. She was my companion through the loss of my husband, Damien, my transition process, my move to Canada, and every hard moment in between. She was gentle, loyal, and deeply woven into my life. My life is unbearably quiet without her. I'm grateful for the years, and I'm trying to move forward one breath at a time. I'm sure we've all had that feeling with a beloved pet, especially one that has been so part of our lives. And so we continue to hold this space today with the reminder that we are not alone. And I have a joy this morning from Val. Happy birthday to her brother, John Griffiths, on Wednesday, November the 26th, right? Yes. He's now at Caroline Place, but he was once a forester and made the ski run at White River. He was the first to fall and break his leg. He sailed the Atlantic 3 times. And 2 friends, and his sister has a birthday card in the lobby for those that knew him to go and sign it for her. So we'll share your joys, Val, when you go to your brother to send him our regards. Is he here? Is he here? Is he here? Oh, there he is. He's in the back row there. Happy birthday. Yes, let's sing happy birthday. Happy birthday, dear. Happy birthday to you. Oh, good. Oh, good. Thank you. We also have a practice to include gratitudes. Our work of a church is never done, and it's always humming along. And sometimes this work happens in visible ways, and other times it is very unnoticed. But all of this work is worthwhile and worthy of celebration. This morning, I would like to offer gratitude to the property team. Those hard-working people who seem to be here constantly, fixing things, maintaining things, and making needed changes. From a broken toilet seat to repainting the walls to installing new equipment. Many years of work from a few. Over the years, many have stepped up to help, and the current team are John Pegg and Al Tunnicliffe, Ron Joyce, John Green, Bruce McPherson, and the latest member, Ian Grant. Thank you very much. If you have a joy, a sorrow, or a gratitude to share with the larger congregation, you can do so by getting on the link of our church's homepage online, or by writing something in the binder on that desk at the side of the church. Sharing moments in our life and witnessing one another is part of the web of our beloved community. So may we continue to hold this space for community care and to share with courage and vulnerability. Now, our guests this morning are from Acorn, and they have said they're going to explain a little bit about that. But it is an association, community organizations that help moderate and low-income families to help organize themselves. And the tenants at the moment are having a rather bad Me Too moment. They're indignant over the combination of the Ontario government's ongoing cutting of rent control since 2018. the lack of suitable options affordable for middle and low-income people, soaring rents, gentrification of previously affordable, livable walk-around neighbourhoods, and the claims by the two levels of government, provincial and federal, that they cannot afford to invest in mixed-income co-ops and non-profit housing, just to name a few reasons why. Indignation fuels resistance. Acorn will explain to you why it's time we all got indignant. I would now like to call upon Mark and Miranda first. You can. Amanda.
Is the clicker up here? The clicker?
No.
I need it for the presentation.
Is there a clicker? No, Jenny put hers in her pocket.
Oh,
Okay.
awesome. Thank you. I guess I should put my glasses on. Yay! Thank you. Is it on? Okay, thank you so much. Okay, hi everyone. Good morning. Morning. I would really like to start by thanking First Unitarian for inviting myself and Mark, our co-chair, to speak here today. And in particular, a really big thank you to Joan McNeil and the Affordable Housing team for organizing this. First Unitarian has been a longtime ally with Acorn, and we are so incredibly grateful for your support. We're very excited to have the opportunity to participate in your service here today. Oh, that's on the wrong spot. No, we're in the wrong spot. It's supposed to be on the first slide. I'm sorry. This is halfway through. Okay, there we go. We're in the right spot now. Thanks, guys. Okay, so a few of you may know me already, either through Acorn events or from the tenant forum that you held here last fall. My name is Amanda. I am a longtime Hamilton tenant. I am the chairperson of the Tenants Union at 103 Emerald Street South, and I'm also the chairperson of the downtown chapter of Hamilton Acorn. Acorn is an independent national organization with 177,000 members spread across 30 chapters in 5 provinces. We organize in low and moderate income neighborhoods to fight for social and economic justice, using methods like canvassing, petitions, and peaceful live action events. We advocate for a number of different issues at municipal, provincial, and federal levels, including disability rights, raising social assistance rates, equitable access to public transit, ending predatory banking practices, and increasing minimum wage. However, we're probably best known for our work to improve access to affordable housing and protecting tenants' rights. And that's how I came to be here today. I got involved with Acorn in the fall of 2024 when my building was purchased by a real estate investment company. Within a week, they had issued N13 eviction notices to every tenant in my building. N13 evictions, commonly called rent-evictions, occur when a landlord claims that they need to evict a tenant so that they can renovate their unit. This type of eviction is typically used to remove long-term, rent-controlled tenants so that the landlord can re-rent the unit at a much higher amount. These evictions are about greed, not need. My neighbors and myself were terrified when we were served our eviction notices. Fortunately, we had already heard of Acorn, and we contacted them immediately. Acorn helped us to create our own tenant union. They explained how to navigate the complex landlord-tenant board hearing process, and they connected us with legal representation through the Hamilton Legal Clinic. Acorn was our lifeline, and we spent the next 6 months fighting to save our homes. We held countless meetings. We shared our story with the media, and we held 2 live actions, which some members of this congregation attended, and thank you so very much for that. In March of 2025, we won our case. Yay! The Landlord-Tenant Board determined that our landlord was acting in bad faith and that we could stay in our homes. We were so incredibly grateful, but we'd already endured months of stress, intimidation, and uncertainty leading up to our victory. Many of our tenants work full-time jobs and found it impossible to balance that with the threat of eviction. Others have young children who they feared would have to change schools if they were evicted. And yet others are seniors who have lived in their homes for over 40 years. Many experience serious health issues due to the stress, including my own next-door neighbor. He is in his 70s, and 1 month before our LTB hearing, he suffered a massive heart attack requiring a quadruple bypass. He survived, but it's not hyperbole to say that the rent eviction almost killed him. Nevertheless, making sure I haven't skipped a slide here. There we go. Nevertheless, this was a big win, both for the tenants of 103 Emerald and for Hamilton Acorn. And we've had a number of other big wins at the local level over the past few years. Acorn worked with community stakeholders and city staff to create Hamilton's anti-rent-eviction bylaw, officially called the Renovation License and Relocation Bylaw. Passed in January of 2024 and implemented January 2025, it was the first of its kind in Ontario, and it remains the most robust and comprehensive. It requires landlords to attain a license for every unit they plan to rent-evict. Yeah. It's great. It also obligates them to find comparable accommodations for all displaced tenants for the duration of the renovations or to provide fair compensation. Yes. Additionally, tenants are guaranteed the opportunity to move back into their units when renovations are completed. Failure to follow this bylaw will result in stiff fines for landlords. Yes. This bylaw was particularly important in Hamilton because a little over 1/3, or 34.3% of Hamilton households are renters. And many of these renters are in core housing need, meaning that they're living in unaffordable, inadequate, or unsafe housing and can't afford alternative housing within the community. So it's unsurprising that Hamilton was uniquely targeted by corporate landlords wanting to rent-evict. Between 2017 and 2023, Hamilton was ranked second in the province for the number of N13 rent-evictions that were issued. Since the implementation of the new bylaw, we've had 0. Yes. We've also worked with the city to develop the Safe Apartment Buildings Bylaw program, which takes effect in January of 2026. Landlords must now register their buildings so they can be inspected for maintenance and repair issues, pest control, yeah, building safety and security, and to ensure that vital services like water and heat are not disrupted. Yes. While the anti-rent-eviction bylaw helps tenants to stay in their homes, the Safe Apartment Buildings Bylaw complements this by making sure that those homes are safe, clean, and secure. I'm pointing it the wrong way. Additionally, Hamilton now offers the Tenant Support Program in partnership with the Hamilton Legal Clinic and Hamilton Housing Help Center. It offers support and guidance for tenants who are facing challenges like evictions or above guideline rent increases. It consists of 4 pillars. The first is the Tenant Defense Program, which provides funding to the Hamilton Legal Clinic, allowing them to support approximately 200 tenant cases per year. The second is tenant organizing and capacity building. This team focuses on supporting tenants so that they can exercise their rights. The third is tenant education, which offers information about various tenant support programs available in Hamilton, tenants' rights, and the responsibility of landlords. The fourth and final pillar is a community research table that gathers input from the community, including tenants. This information is then used to identify gaps in the system. My own building utilized the tenant support program during a renoviction, and I credit it with our victory. It's also proven successful at many other Hamilton buildings, and most recently in organizing tenants at 121 Melvin Avenue. These tenants were also served N13 eviction notices by their landlord, Michael Klein. And with the help of the Tenant Support Program, these notices were withdrawn last month. Yes. Klein is known as the biggest rent-evictor in the province. Yeah. He has initiated rent-evictions at his other properties in communities across Ontario, including London, Toronto, Cambridge, and Guelph. Based on our calculations, these evictions have the potential to displace 1,768 individuals, including families and seniors. If he's successful, it will also mean 680 affordable rental units that are permanently removed from the market. Klein has designed his entire business model around rent-evictions and does so through a complex web of numbered companies. He is the very definition of a corporate, financialized landlord. It's important to note that many landlords don't fit into this category. There are independent landlords who are ethical in their treatment of tenants. The distinction is that financialized landlords are predatory and driven by greed. These landlords are a threat to communities across Ontario. And on that note, I'm going to give the floor to Mark, who is the co-chair of our downtown chapter, and he's going to discuss some of our successes and struggles at the provincial level.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So, Acorn has definitely had some successes, and for those we are very grateful. Since 2004, we have won several important victories, including payday lending legislation, raising the minimum wage, housing rights bylaws across the country, affordable internet programs, disability rights, and more. And we plan to win our current fight against Doug Ford and his attacks on tenants too. You see, our Premier, Doug Ford, announced on October 23rd, along with Housing Minister Rob Flack and Attorney General Doug Downey, that a new set of proposed changes to the Landlord and Tenants Board would strip away key tenant protections, fast-track evictions, and open the door to ending rent control as we know it in Ontario. Absolutely, absolutely. So let's go over some of those proposed changes. It is good news. We do have good news here in that Doug Ford backtracked almost immediately on fixed-term leases, but there are other proposals in Bill 60 that are devastating for renters. And it's important to note that while they removed the idea of ending fixed-term leases, they only said that now is not the right time. They did not commit to permanently putting this in place. So, what are fixed-term leases, first of all? They are the end of rent control. The most dangerous proposal of all was a move toward fixed-term leases, where the lease simply ends after the set term, rather than automatically renewing month to month. This is a backdoor to end rent control, and that means landlords won't need a legal reason to evict tenants. They can simply not renew your lease. Tenants would also be forced to move if they didn't agree or likely couldn't afford the new rent, since there would be no limit on rent increases if the landlord does choose to renew. Now this, thankfully, the voice of the people of Ontario pushed back against this change, and as I said, it was removed from Bill 60, but again, with no guarantee that that removal would be permanent, just that it was not now the time for this usurious change. Similarly, so he backtracked on those fixed-term leases because there was a huge public outcry led by Acorn and other tenant groups, including YSW, ACTO, No Dem Evictions, and others. The housing minister tweeted that now is not the time to explore these changes. This announcement only came after 25,000 emails were generated to the Ontario government through Acorn's online petition. But now is not the time does not mean never. This is likely just Ford's first attempt. We must be prepared to defend rent control again in the future. So Ford put forward that landlords are too fearful to enter the market. Changes will unlock tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of new units. And there is no data to support this view. According to Acorn, if you add up all the vacant units in Toronto, Hamilton, Ottawa, and Peel, the four most populated areas in the province, there would be at most 17,800 vacant units. However, why those units are vacant is not stated. For example, in Ottawa, 42% were exempt from the vacant unit tax due to an acceptable reason for being empty. Applying this percentage to the 17,000 units only leaves us with approximately 7,500 units added. Furthermore, Doug Ford says that less rent control means more housing supply and lower rents. I don't think so. Let's not forget that this was the same argument Doug Ford made in 2018 when he removed rent control on new apartments built after 2018. So, has the housing supply gone up since 2018? Have rents gone down since 2018? So if we apply this logic, that doesn't make much sense, folks. As of 2024, there were 80,000 homeless people in Ontario, and that is a 25% increase just since 2022. So imagine what it was like, imagine how those numbers have grown since 2018, and how they will continue to grow if rent control is ended. Ford says, evergreen leases that just go on and on with no end in sight may not be appropriate. These evergreen leases are code for security of tenure. It means that under the current system, tenants cannot be evicted without a legal reason. Landlord wants to move in, landlord wants to do major renovations, but let's be clear, because of Ontario's weak rent control laws, landlords are already able to evict good, long-term tenants to jack up rents. Many cities, because of Acorn and Allies organizing, have brought in protections against rent evictions and other predatory landlord tactics. But these protections will be useless if landlords can just wait out the lease and evict you for no reason. You heard my esteemed chair say that we achieved great successes in pushing back against rent evictions here in Hamilton. Well, that's good for us here in Hamilton, but that is not the case elsewhere in Ontario. We have the strongest rent eviction bylaws in the province, but that means that many others are not lucky enough to enjoy the safeties that we have earned. Finally, more tenant turnover leads to higher rents. For example, the CMHC found that in the GTA, units where tenants turned over were 31% more expensive than units where tenants did not change. This is not, Bill 60 is not about increasing housing supply. This is about bigger profits for Ford's landlord buddies. So another change that would come along with Bill 60 involves silencing tenants for non-payment of rent. Tenants would no longer be able to raise new issues like disrepair that impacts tenants' health and safety, landlord harassment, or repeated AGIs in non-payment rent cases if they miss the strict LTB deadlines. And let's be clear, when I'm saying non-payment of rent, I don't mean someone who has stopped paying their rent. I mean someone whose rent can be as little as $1 short or a day late. Because this is the kind of thing that can happen to anybody, literally anybody. If the rent number changes at a normal amount at the end of the year, there can be a mismatch in the auto deposits that are set up by tenants. And if this mismatch causes an underpayment, like I said, as little as $1, some people are being chased to court for short payments of less than $1. 30 cents, you said, in your building?
Yes.
And previously, this non-payment is something that would have to go on for an extended period before it could be raised to the Landlord and Tenants Board. But one of the things that they want to do is redefine late payment. The government is looking to define what counts as late payment, opening the door for landlords to start eviction processes if a tenant is just 1 day late on rent. Now, once upon a time, if there was some issue with your rent, a day, a week, you'd go to your landlord and you'd say, listen, something happened, banking error, you know, whatever. This is an understanding that could be worked out in person. But once they change the law to say that a late payment is as little as a day late, then that opens the door for corporate, financialized, high-volume landlords to evict anyone they wish for, again, as minor as a day, as little as $1 or less, just so that they can have the excuse of jacking up the rent for the next tenant who comes along looking for that same unit. They also want to make it harder to challenge N11s, or voluntary evictions. Sometimes landlords will come to tenants because they're looking to get them out of that unit, and they'll offer them an N11, a so-called voluntary eviction. Oftentimes, tenants, maybe who have language barriers, maybe who are seniors, maybe who are newcomers, they don't understand their rights, and they sign thinking that they have to, that they do not have an option to challenge an N11. And so this would make it much harder for those people to redress their rights after the fact. Let's see, unfair decisions, enforcement officers. They want to add more enforcement officers so that they can evict more people faster, as if what we need is more cops kicking people out of homes and not more staff helping people with issues and problems. Less compensation for evicted tenants, cutting the tenant notice periods in half new restrictions on postponing evictions. So let's get to what we can do about all of that stuff. What we can do is we had an action at Queen's Park on the day of the notice, October 23rd. Acorn had a province-wide Zoom call on October 28th that generated over 500 people showing up to learn about the issue and to register their dissatisfaction with Doug Ford's proposed Bill 60. We had a phone zap on November 13th where we encouraged people to call Doug Ford's office, leave a message, as well as the housing minister and the attorney general. And we were also canvassing in PC neighborhoods as of November 14th to encourage people to get the word out to their MPs, PPs. We had a day of action on Halloween where we went out in costume to protest against the Bill 60 at Monica Ciorella's office. And as such, the main message is we must keep organizing. We must commit, we must get the provincial government to commit to never bringing in fixed-term leases, to close existing rent control loopholes, to strengthen rent control through vacancy control, withdraw harmful eviction measures in Bill 60, and restore in-person hearings and reduce tenant wait times, which are often 2 to 3 times longer for tenants than they are for landlords. So what we encourage people to do is to share Acorn's online action. We've already had 25,000 people send letters to Ford, Flack, and Downey, Minister of Housing and the AG, and we'll post that. You can call your MPP and demand that they oppose Bill 60. You can support your local Acorn chapter by helping with outreach, flyering, door knocking, social media, and keeping your ears open for future events. Now, the reason why we have to push to oppose Bill 60 at this particular moment is because tomorrow, Monday, it will most likely come to a vote. And as we know, the PCs currently have a majority in our Ontario legislature. And that means that it will most likely pass, despite our best efforts. We encourage people to continue registering their displeasure with Doug Ford and the provincial government. And we, from Acorn, will be in the gallery tomorrow when that vote takes place. And we go there knowing that the result of that vote is likely foregone. But, as Paul said in the book of Galatians, we must not grow weary in doing good. Bearing witness is a part of the work that we do, and the work will continue long after tomorrow's vote is cast. So if you're interested in helping out Acorn or just hearing about the work that we've done, there's our phone number, there's our website, there's our email address. All of your emails to that address will be answered directly by Olivia, our excellent organizer. And truly, I tell you all, just as you have done unto the least of my brothers, so too have you done unto me. Book of Matthew. And furthermore, the first tenet of Unitarian Universalism is to remind us all that all people possess worth and dignity. Thank you very much. My name has been Mark, and I'm co-chair.
I don't need a clicker now. Once again, we would like to thank First Unitarian, the Affordable Housing Team, and all of you for taking the time to listen today. We will be having our next Acorn meeting the first Tuesday in December. I believe that's the 2nd, All of you are invited to come if you're able. There's more information on our website. Support from community members like yourselves is truly our greatest strength. Mark and I will be available after the service to answer any questions in the sanctuary. And on behalf of Acorn, we wish you all happy holidays and a very Merry Christmas season. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And as you have just been told, they will be staying behind afterwards. And the housing team have some soup and some fruit. So if you want to stay and have a chat, please come back, get your coffee, and come back and see them afterwards. People say, what's the sense of our small effort? They cannot see that we must lay one brick at a time, take one step at a time. A pebble cast into the pond today causes ripples in all directions. Each one of our thoughts, words, and deeds are like that. No one has the right to sit down and feel hopeless. There's too much work to do. Now we'll listen to our postlude by the choir.